Attention, Texas Bar Association! You are under occupation for grand larceny, fraud, and conspiring against the American people. Come out with your hands up. I repeat, you are under occupation. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you do or say can and will be used against you in a court of the American people. You have the right to be represented by a pig. If you cannot afford a pig, then one will be appointed for you.
This is JC Setting the Record Straight podcast. I'm your host, JC. On this channel, we set the record straight. That means we fact check and correct commonly believed misinformation and propaganda. Within the practice of law, there are three basic career paths. You can either go work for a top law firm, you can get a job working for the government, or you can start your own practice. Now, most attorneys would prefer to go work for a top law firm. However, they're usually not going to get those offers fresh out of law school. So what they do is they start out by working as a prosecutor. Then after they get some experience under their belt, then they go back and apply to work at one of those big law firms. Because defense attorneys make a hell of a lot more than prosecutors. Now, most attorneys do not start out starting their own practices, especially black attorneys. And even more specifically, black male attorneys. Now, you will see some black female attorneys starting their own law firms, but black male attorneys doing that is extremely rare. They are going to go work for one of those white law firms and then complain about how they're being treated unfairly. They're going to be slaving away for some law firm, working 80 plus hours a week, where they only see a fraction of their own profits because they don't actually want to go out there and build. They don't want to hustle to get clients. They don't want to build a name for themselves. They don't want to have a legacy to pass down to their own children. Now, one of my friends started her own practice, and let me tell you, it was a struggle. And the reason that it's a struggle is because they don't teach you very much in law school. Of course, they teach you about case law and how to research and how to write. But when it comes to actual litigation, no, they don't teach you very much. And so I had to tell her step by step what she needed to do. And the only reason that I knew what to do is because I had experience as a pro se litigant. I had to learn everything the hard way. Now, to get to Chef Way, he chose the path of working for the government. And there's no doubt that at some point he planned on trying to get a job at a top law firm. So let's be clear, he doesn't have a lot of options, right? That's why he was working at the DA's office in the first place. And he doesn't have a lot of experience. So he was either a level 1 attorney, and at best, maybe he was a level 2. Y'all can go online and look up what a level 1 or level 2 attorney makes. It's not much. So there is no way in hell that Chef Way would have resigned of his own volition unless it was part of a strategic plan. So I told y'all that Chef Way has a probationary law license. So while you are on probation, the burden is on you to prove by clear and convincing evidence that you possess the requisite character and fitness requirements to actually practice law. Once you obtain an active license and you're fully licensed, then the burden shifts on the state to prove that you are not competent, or that you do not have the character and fitness requirements to practice law. So my guess is that Chef Way is trying to pull an Okie Doke. So given that he's on probation, that means he has a hearing scheduled at some point before the Texas Board of Law Examiners, where he has to stand before them and present the case that he possesses the requisite character and fitness requirements to practice law. So what I think he's trying to do, by resigning, he's trying to avoid having grievances filed against him. Because if he has black women filing grievances against him alleging prosecutorial misconduct, that would have an adverse impact on his ability to obtain an active license. So make no mistake about it, nobody forced him to resign. He resigned because he's trying to avoid taking responsibility for his actions. If he lays low for a little while, then he can become fully licensed without incident. And more than likely, he's going to go back and apply to work as a prosecutor. Maybe it won't be in Harris County, but it's going to be somewhere within the state of Texas. Given his animus against black women would then again be subject to his gender and racial bias. And we can't even call it implicit. His gender and racial biases are explicit and manifest.
We didn't even do nothing. Well, you think you tough? You look so tough now, little nigga. Hate you black bastards. You stink. I hate your black skin. I hate your black pants. I hate black pepper. I hate black keys on the piano. I hate my gums because they black. I'd hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips. I hate the back of Forrest Whitaker's neck. Huh? And most of all, I hate that black-ass Wesley Snipes. Move it!
This is going to follow him no matter where he goes. Assuming that he has the financial resources to go start his own practice, that would be his best bet. But as I stated, they don't want to build. And they damn sure don't want to work with other black attorneys. So more than likely, he's going to sit up feeling sorry for himself. He's going to go beg some district attorney or attorney general to hire him, and then he's going to run into this situation again. Now, my videos are not going to receive a lot of views. I'm well aware of that. But it doesn't matter how many views I receive. What matters is that the right people see it. Now, if Chef Way watches this video, he's probably going to come after me. I really don't give a fuck. I already know what my defense would be. Because he is a quasi-public figure, and this is a matter of public concern. So I have a First Amendment right to speak freely on political matters. So, with that said, black women should not take their feet off his neck. If he actually has shown racial and gender bias, what these black women need to do is come forward. They need to sign some affidavits, and then they need to testify against him. Black women have the power to prevent him from ever becoming fully licensed in the first place. This dude is not sorry. And the more power these attorneys obtain, the more they become corrupt. Now, if I had the time, I would actually file an open records request to find out which cases he prosecuted, and then I would actually be petty enough to contact the black women whom he has prosecuted. The Texas Board of Law Examiners, the State Bar of Texas, and the Supreme Court of Texas all know who I am. And we can even add the governor and the attorney general to that list. I filed an open records request to find out which of these J's are grading these bar exams. They somehow gained access to my Facebook page and then used my Facebook posts against me. Specifically, I said that I was going to find a way to destroy the Texas Bar Association. Then the Supreme Court changed the rules and applied them retroactively to prevent me from gaining access to these records. Because they knew that if I was able to ascertain who was grading these bar exams, I was going after all of them. Because this is the type of things that I've done in the past. I know it seems like I just get on YouTube and run my mouth, but I have actually put in the work in real time. The only reason that I stopped is because I wasn't getting any support from black men. They were too cowardly to help me. But as I have previously stated, I prefer to go after the big fish. To me, Chef Wei is small fish. Even though I'm not willing to do it, I still want those of you who are interested to know how to bring him down. Because if you can bring down one corrupt attorney, you can do it against other attorneys and judges who are really causing problems. Thanks for your support. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload new content.